XRP, we start with 1 hour chart. We want to see how we can look for trade. First of all, if you refer to what analysis in my last video, just want to give a quick update that since the price was within this move, we have been looking for short-term buy. And I mentioned this is where we have to manage our trades. If the price, we see there is no continuation, we take with the trade, and then from there, the price can drop. And exactly as you can see, the price, even the second times it tagged, there was no continuation. That's where we could confirm the price is going to drop because we mentioned we're looking for the flat. As what we expected the price drop, because I was keep highlighting the best things is we get one more drop with the breakout of the previous low, then any reversal, if we get from there, we can look for buy. Then as what we expected, the price drop because we have been looking for this flat. Okay, now we want to see what's the next, whether we can look for buy or not, or still the price can continue. But right now, still, as we can see, still the way it's dropping is quite sharp. I mean, the pressure is there, but we want to see whether the price can break the previous low, which is around 0.79 or not. Okay, but right now we cannot refer to the indicators. We don't have the divergence. The only thing is if we put this low in relative to the previous one, we see the divergence. But right now, we cannot rely on that. Okay. Now, let's see what's the next. First things, whoever get this trade for sale, they should start to manage. Okay. Then from there, we want to see whether we can look for reversal or continuation. Because if we refer to our analysis, we mentioned 2 ways we can look for the charts. Whether we call it this is as a flat in relative to the first move, and this is the start of the down move, and the price can retest the previous low, or in the bigger picture, we mentioned we have this flat. What we expect, even the price drop, maybe the breakout of the previous low, we can look for reversal. Okay, how deep it can go, right now we cannot confirm because we want to see whether the price can break this correction or not, which is 0.4. Okay, and hopefully the price can be within this range for longer time because we're looking for the reversal. This is what we wanted. Okay, and second option we had it, we mentioned the second option, we can put this one as a flat in relative to this. This is what we have been looking for. That's why we mentioned we wait for the price to drop, then if we get a reversal we can look for buying. In that case, that means this correction can be more complex. Okay, but one thing we need to know, most of the charts they're following each other. That's mean they're following the Bitcoin. Okay, mostly whatever the rest do, the Bitcoin do, the rest they will follow it. Okay, but right now, since the price is still, we are within this correction, we want to see whether the price can break this correction or not. Okay, and as I mentioned, mostly we are more interested to look for the reversal. That's mean if you get any trade setup for buy. Okay, but it doesn't mean the price cannot continue and cannot break the previous low, which is this one around 0.6. What's the value? Which is around 65. Okay. Now, the first, this what we put over line here is in relative to the first, and that means this is the we're going to see whether this is the last wave or not. Okay. First, if again we refer to our analysis, we have been looking for second option, which we mentioned, we put this one in relative to this move, we look for the flat. That's why we mentioned if we get any reversal, this is what we are looking for. Okay, either this is the first move and this is the internal correction for price to reverse, or we can expect this one turn to a more complex correction. That means we have this one can turn to internal correction for one move up before the price drop. Okay, this is what I'm looking for, but it doesn't mean we have to get, I say if the price can reverse. That's why from now we have to see what's the next, and we see whether the price can break the previous low or not. Even if the price break the previous low, still we can look for reversal. Okay, but right now we don't have any trade setup. As I mentioned, based on 1 hour chart, I don't see any reversal point. We have to wait for longer time. Okay, and even if anyone wants to look for sell, the first thing they should know, selling was the best if anyone sell from any of this correction, even especially when the price was within this move, because I mentioned I'm in point on this selling here. The first things, we are within the bigger at the lowest, I mean almost lowest price of this correction if we put these two waves in relative to each other. Second, we don't have any trade setup to look for sell. The only times we can look for sell if we see the breakout of this and correction, then maybe consider whether we should look for sell or not. Okay, but right now we don't have any trade set up either for sell or buy. The only thing is whoever get the sell from here within this move, they should start to manage it. And what we want, if we get the reversal, that means if we get price reverse, if we get any trade setup for buy, this is what we are looking for. But right now we have to wait. We have to see the next correction before we make a decision, at least similar to what we have here. Because if we get any correction similar to what we have here, mostly we can look for continuation. Okay, what should we do? The first things, whoever get the trade from any of these moves, they should start to manage. The second thing is we wait for the next correction. Then from there we make a decision whether we should look for sell or buy. And if I move to forward chart, any sell from now is we call it as a short-term sell. Okay, because we cannot, I mean, there is no confirmation that the price, this correction is finished. As we mentioned, we can expect this one turn to a more complex. Okay, that's why the best thing is if we look for the reversal, we look for buy rather than the sell. But we have to wait and see the reversal point. In this case, what should we do? We just follow the chart. If I see any update, any trade setup, I will share. Thanks.